So I think people who like complicated problems are drawn to medicine because it involves the entire body, and multi-system is the word that we tend to use for that. Secondly, we spend a lot of time talking to patients, so I think people need to be good communicators and enjoy that process of working with patients to look for good health outcomes. And then I think the third piece is that our residents need to like to be part of a team, because the patient problems that we deal with and the families that belong to these patients are all very complex. So for one person to actually be able to manage the patient strategy, it would be really difficult. So teamwork is really important. And I think those are probably the three things that are critical. So I think most people who like internal medicine are detail-oriented people. And the study of internal medicine really looks at very complex medical processes within a specific discipline, but the depth of knowledge that's required is actually quite substantial. And so for people who like that, A, the complexity is important, secondly, the problem solving is important, but detail is paramount. We've been able to have the program grow quite substantially over the last 4 or 5 years. So we've brought in things like an academic half day, which is individually targeted at specific levels of training. We've revamped our ambulatory clinics, and we have a new curriculum this year, which is making those clinics, I think, much more meaningful for our more senior residents. We've expanded out to Mississauga. I think it's brought a new dimension to our clinical program, and the early feedback is that the residents are really enjoying that and finding it very useful. So we're optimistic that over the next year or two we will be able to offer a very unique kind of educational experience. And I think that's the beginning of trying to tailor-make our educational programming to match a resident's interest. But I think as a junior person, there's so many wonderful opportunities as a resident, and I think that being in a place like Toronto allows people to quite easily access many of those opportunities, and it's one time you can be self-indulgent. You know, as a resident, you're part of the team, you're an integral member of the team, but you still have that luxury of being a student in some ways. And so it does give you that ability to kind of open up some doors and explore things. And I think that's really important for career development. For people who really are interested in getting the best out of their education, I think it offers many opportunities that maybe other places can't.